Hey everyone, welcome back. Let's make sure you can hear me all right. Make sure all is good. Okay, I just sent the alpha report through a new texting provider, so you should have gotten it right away. Many of you are already responding that you got it. And what I said in the message was that I would let you know what number it's coming from, so that way you could be comfortable knowing that it's not a scam. Because some people were messaging us yesterday going, hey, I got this opt-in to this thing called community. Like, is this actually you? Yeah. So the number is here. I'll put it up on screen too. So the number you should be getting a message from is 805-398-6280. Should be. And I'm getting your responses here. I did send it a few minutes late today, but that should be where you're getting the responses from, or the message from. So hopefully that's what you got as well. Anyway, all right, good. Yes, somebody says yes. Bonzi says no jacket. How unprofessional. That's awesome. Okay, good. All right, so let's take a look at what's going on. And keep in mind, if you haven't yet signed up for the Alpha Report, it's free. I try to put some good info in there every morning just to keep you focused on catalysts or what's going on, or some trade ideas or whatever. Just things I'm seeing, even if they're a little bit of fundies or something. You could sign up for that over at meetkevin.com/alpha. Still no plans to change anything in terms of monetization or whatever. Honestly, I still think I can add a lot of value to this. And what I mean by that is I think I can still make it better. So I'm still working on that. I'm trying to figure out like exactly how and where. So if you have recommendations for what you want to see included or whatever, just text the number back or email me at news@meetkevin.com. And it's actually kind of cool. This obviously I can't like have chats with everybody, but I actually am getting a lot of replies from y'all about what time you're getting it, which is fantastic. Thank you, by the way. Love the San Luis Obispo number, says somebody here. Somebody says, thank you for all you do. Receive the alpha report at 19. Honestly, a lot of you guys are getting this message fast. Dang, this is great. Dude, I'm just scrolling. There's so many of you. Dat, Thomas, Jay, Bernardo, George, David, Blake, Troy, Katrina, what's up? I got the SMS at 9:20 and at 17 minutes after an email. Let's go. Nice. Okay, good. It's working. All right, fantastic. Very good. All right, so let's take a peek at what's actually going on in El Marketo. So, look, here's the thing. Where right now the big thing is the market going to keep going or what? The biggest catalyst probably is going to be Nvidia coming up. Nvidia is on the 20th. It's always interesting to me that like one of the biggest, most anticipated earnings sets is so freaking late in the earnings cycle. Like earnings have been going on for, Tesla earnings were almost a month ago at this point. It's kind of crazy. More like 3 weeks, but whatever. So it seems a little slow and late in the cycle, but then again, maybe they that's intentional for them. Okay, so then we've got let's see here. Okay, Fed Barkin had some yap this morning. A lot of Fed speakers were talking yesterday too. So most of what we heard yesterday, I'll write this down. Most Fed speak yesterday suggested, we can watch the Qs here for a sec. They're down about 14 basis points. Most Fed speak yesterday suggested that there were more rate cuts to come, but unclear how many, and we'd let the data guide us. So basically, nothing burgers. Nothing burgers yesterday. And then today, you just got Barkin. Barkin today. Let's see what he's barking about. Fed is making great progress, but needs to keep going. There's still more demand for housing than supply. Better way to address housing imbalance at this point would be to build more, not suppress demand. Ooh, should build more homes, not suppress demand more. Bullish mortgage companies. Even in the toilet. I think the funniest thing is going to be that this is my take, but between now and next December, mortgage companies and bonds outperform AI. Like my take on this. My take. I'm gonna write it down so it's ingrained. My take. Between now and the end of 2025, IMO bonds and mortgage companies outperform AI. All right. Current level of unemployment is fine. Whether it's normalizing or weakening is something still to be determined. Ooh, a little more bearish than J-Pow. Oh, that reminds me. J-Pow does talk today. Oh, I should have written that down in the alpha. Oh, well. I'm pretty sure J-Pow talks today at 12. Jerome Powell speaks at 12 today. I'll stream it. And then we've got, let's see here. Oopsies. Current level of unemployment is fine, whether it's weakening or normalizing. To be determined. Yeah, that's not great, but okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. The Onion buys InfoWars at auction. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. Wapo. Okay, so then we've got, let's see here. We have the Ron Barron Tesla clip. We can take a look at that 2-minute section before the bell.
125 years. Always looking forward.
Okay. Who's yapping? That's not what I want. Oh, there we go. Okay, I think I got it. All right.
We talk about Elon Musk.
Yes.
I'm so curious, as a business leader yourself and somebody who's been watching all of this, sort of what role you think he's ultimately going to have, what role he's had thus far in terms of maybe even being bigger than we know. There was a line in a story yesterday that said he was almost the quote unquote co-president. How much influence he's going to be able to have in this sort of blue ribbon committee through either executive orders and the like. But then on the flip side, obviously there's going to be a lot of, I imagine, bigger issues that will have to get dealt with by Congress and the Senate and the like.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I look at it as a champion lion and a champion cheetah coming together, right? Elon Musk is, outside of the political arena, probably the most important innovator, creator, manufacturer, product creator. Think if you take Tesla, batteries, satellites, links in your brain, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he single-handedly did more than NASA could do in 20 years.
Oh,
So he's thinking in a generation in a way that has to take us from bricks to bits. That's not.
it's pretty bullish. But hold on, we'll come back to Yap here. Let me get the bell because we are about to hit the bell here. 10 seconds. Bitcoin's rising into the open today.
Between quarters, but this was the most effusive he's been, and it was enjoyable to hear him so upbeat.
Yeah, viewers can see came into the print fairly hot.
Yeah, he did. I think Chuck's doing a remarkable job. He inherited a tough hand. It's taken a long time. You have more than almost 60% of their business being renewable.
Okay, look at that. Gained the lead on Qs. Nice. Right out of the gate there. Got a green on the Qs. Green on Bitcoin. Look at that. 91.4. Pushing up on the Qs. Nice. End phase flat, of course. Tesla, we're still on the average candlesticks here. Let's get off of those for a moment. A little red candle there on Tesla. Yesterday when you ran 4.5% and then you basically closed at 70 basis points positive, that's a 4% intraday swing. It's a little bit of a sign that people are, starting to nibble into their profits a little bit, which is totally reasonable given, where things are. But 318 is the next level here. Obviously, on the upside, it's 347. But we'll see. And 347 is a lot stronger than 318. So 318 is not the strongest shelf. So we'll see what ends up happening here. Space Mobile does have earnings today. The expected move in the sucker is like 18%, so be careful. Green candle there on Super Microcomputer. Lost the lead there for a moment. Oh, are we on 2 minutes? Oh, yeah, we are. Okay, getting a little red candle there on the Q. So let's see what ends up happening here. Google, Microsoft, Meta. Honestly, these stocks haven't really been going anywhere. Like if you zoom out for a moment and go to the average candlesticks, go to the just zoom out on the week chart. Look at that stability in Microsoft. Look at that range on Google. Look at that range on Apple. Netflix is doing really well. They're not range bound. But Meta, Microsoft, Google, Apple, heavily range bound. And these are 4 out of your Mag 7s that are range bound, right? So think about that. When you have, I'm going to write this down. When you have 4 of your Mag 7 range bound, you put a lot of pressure on Tesla, Nvidia to keep the momentum moving. Because I think if we go to CNN Greed Fear, we'll see that breadth is actually on the lower side. Yeah, look at this. This is what's propping up the market is stock price breadth is at extreme fear levels. Now that's really interesting because indices are basically at all-time highs, and you've got look how few puts there are right now. Oh my gosh, dude, everybody's in calls. Oh no. Well, we have returned to the level of put calls extreme that we were at July 10th. Does anybody remember for a moment what July 10th was? No, it was the summer peak before the August Japan disaster. Wow. That's not great. I would be very cautious about maintaining call options right now with where those ratios sit. That's very interesting and also somewhat bearish, I will say. Let's see here. Let's see. Make sure I got this. Stock price. So breadth is extreme fear, and then extreme greed on options. So this is a sign of momentum. So let's write this down. We'll do it together here. By the way, loving my Mac Mini. Big fan of the little Mac Mini, and good device here. Okay, let's do this here. Okay, stock price strength. So let's write it down together. This is a sign of how should I say it? Few driving the index. For example, Tesla alone likely moved QQQ from 500 to 513. Yeah. Thanks to its 4.1% weight. Range bound Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Google is not bullish unless we have a big breakout from Nvidia again. And then below, put call ratio suggests mostly FOMO and euphoria. Now at the level where markets peaked July 10th. That is, I mean, it could keep going deeper, but it is a warning. Yeah. All right. I mean, I think these are reasonable data points to look at. You know, I don't think this is terribly unreasonable. With that said, Tesla's recovering right now. It's only down 30 basis points. You know, it was really it's really struggling there at about -1%. You're at about, you know, you're coming back up here again. You actually might be about to go green on it, so that's good. And then Bitcoin just topped at 91.8 actually again. A little bit of a top there. And the Qs went back to green, so that's good. What else is moving biglies here? Disney's at 113. Oklo has earnings later today. It's basically your speculative play here on Nuke. You know, it's interesting. In the course member live, I was looking at Disney and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like with how much momentum there is, it's going to break through 107. I just see it happening. I was looking at the fundies of it and I'm like, I just, you know, for a long-term position, I'm not super enthused, but short-term. And there it is, breaks right through. Him's down on this talk about the Amazon telehealth. Let's take a look at that, by the way. Amazon telehealth. Where was that announcement? Let's see here. Modern healthcare. Okay, let's see what y'all got. Oh my gosh, it's just so much spam. What is this? Get out of here. All right. Oh, of course. Of course it's a paywall. This is it? Direct competition with him. About Amazon Clinic is now Amazon One. Amazon One Medicals, pay per visit telehealth service. Let's see here. Well, that was posted. I mean, this has existed for, I mean, this was posted 4 months ago, this video.
Amazon One Medical, feeling good just got better. That's because we offer 2 ways to get medical care. Convenient one-time virtual visits or membership for ongoing support. Want a one-time visit or don't have insurance? You can get virtual care for over 30 common conditions, like a cold or the flu, a UTI, or pink eye. In just a few clicks, you can message or video chat with our care team, day or night, for a flat fee. And if you're looking for ongoing support, a One Medical membership gives you on-demand virtual care for everyday issues.
That's smart.
Plus easy booking of same and next day appointments when you're near one of our offices. So you can book a visit for preventive care, chronic conditions, mental health, or any health concern. And Prime members get exclusive savings on One Medical memberships.
They're so smart.
Amazon One
Wait, how much
Medical
was it?
members get exclusive savings on One Medical memberships.
$9 a month. Yeah, I mean that's honestly is pretty impressive. Okay, let me see here. Oh, there are 7 happy birthdays today. No, sorry, 17 of you have a birthday. Hey, just saw you have a B-day today during the market open live. Happy birthday from Kevin. Sent at 18:25 in live stream this morning. All right. Boom. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I just sent 17 of you a text message wishing you a happy birthday. This is really cool. I like this. This is awesome. Okay. Love it. Yeah, I'm seeing all your times here. Great improvement. Thanks, Kat. Oh, good. Good. Love to hear that. Oh, y'all are awesome. This is actually really cool. See all your times. Lots of information. Thank you. You got it. This is great. Thank you for the report. It's been very helpful to have every morning. I got it at 6:20. Oh, good. That's within a minute. Let's go. Doug, text me. Can I just have email instead of text? The irony of you texting me that. Not at the moment. We don't have an option for that. But if you want, just like, you could just mute the message, right? So when it comes in, it's like silenced. You should be able to do that on any device that you have. You could do that on Android, right? I know you could just swipe on your message on iPhone and then, or I think you just hold it down. Let me see what you do. If you go to iPhone and you go to a text, hide alerts if you hold it down, or if you swipe to the left, the little mute thing comes up. And if I go to Android, there's got to be a way to do it here too. I'm sure there is. Oh, you could probably add someone to a contact and just silence them. Notifications. Yeah, there it is. Show notifications. You could just, silence. Yep. Per contact. Let's go. I mean, somebody's like, block the number. Yeah, I mean, then you don't get it. Like, you may as well get it. If you're worried about the notification, you may as well have it there. Okay. All right. So we're getting a little bit of a drag. We could see here in the average candlesticks that Tesla's now down about 1.4. Oh no, Bitcoin just lost 90.
Lost the lead.
Oh no. Here comes the profit taking. Okay, wait. That was just one big whale. We're coming back. We're buying the dip. It's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Someone hit the sell button. That was a big fat sell button, man. Holy smokes. They moved the whole index. I always think it's funny when people are like, oh, one whale can't move markets. I'm like, yeah, they can. The order books are not that thick. MicroStrategy is actually positive during this. It won't be long if Bitcoin continues this trend. Somebody donated $9 to me. My gosh, dude, you don't have to do that, man. Thank you. To ape or not to ape into Spirit Airline? That is the question. I wrote down that I kind of want to ape on them in January, because I think that once Trump gets in, there's a chance they might get swooped up out of bankruptcy, or even just while they're public. And it makes me apish on them, I will say. I do think it's funny that we did a video with Jack, and Jack was bagging on their financials. I mean, he was 7 or 8 at the time, and he was pooping on the financials for Spirit Airlines. We're like, how much money do you think they spend of their revenue, Jack? All of it. Do you think they make or lose money? Lose money. It's so funny. Anyway, okay, yeah, a little bit of weakness right now. Down a quarter on the Qs. S-Bucks dragging a little bit. ASML's happy on their reiterating their 2030 guide. I mean, how nice. You get to guide for 6 years out. I mean, I get it. They sell big machines and stuff, and a lot of those orders could just get canceled during a recessionary time, which is pretty common. But somebody in the chat's asking about TLT and TMF. Look, I have the biggest, how would you call it? Knife in the heart. And when you look down at the label, it says TMF and TLT. So right now I'm kind of just leaving the knife right here, and I'm like, it's a good looking knife though. And you know what? I think you're gonna do well next year. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say beyond that. Like, my thesis is still my thesis. I haven't, just because Mr. Market doesn't agree in the short term doesn't mean my thesis has changed. But I know everybody's like, but Kevin, you flip-flop all the time, so you must have. Like, nah, man. If you watch my videos, I'm actually not much of a flip-flopper. The titles might look flippy, but the thesis, sometimes I just stay too stubborn, if anything. I feel like I'm like the anti-flip. It's too stubborn. But oh well. So, okay, yep, Q's down a third now. Bitcoin now loses 90K. I think with Bitcoin, and I mentioned this in yesterday's alpha report as well, I think with Bitcoin, people are front running $100,000. So, they sell it at 90 because they're like, all right, it's almost basically at 100. I'm not going to take the risk of the next, 10% or whatever. It would be a little more like 12%, 11, something like that. So 11.12. Wait, what is that? Let me see. That's my guess, 11.12. But what is it actually? If I do 100 divided by 90, 11.11. Dang, that was close. All right. All right. Let's see here. What are your predictions for mortgage rates? Straight down from now. TMF is a short-term trading vehicle. I actually disagree with that. I mean, other people might use it for that, but it's or you mean the triple leveraged one? Yeah. Sorry. TLT is the non-leveraged one. Yeah, no, you're right. Yes, TMF is short-term. Oh yeah. Like for a 3-month period, holding a TMF triple leveraged, I think is okay. That's sort of my intention around it. Is you sort of just hold it for like 3 months, but more than that, the divergence from the resets on leverage do extend potential pain a little bit in the event you have volatility. But I don't know. I still think we're bottomed out on rates. It says when you get stabbed, you leave the knife there and let it bleed. Let's go. Somebody's reiterating my bias. Let's go. Yes, outstanding gains. If you look at the beginning of the live stream, I put the number up on screen as well. But yes, that is correct. That is the number. Keep in mind, if you do not have the Seeking Alpha report yet, I really encourage you all get in it. Like maybe leave me a comment here in the chat. Tell me why you're not interested if you're not already signed up. But it's just a report you get every single morning. Join for free, no credit card required. Just click the little yellow button. If you're outside of like in Canada, you can get texts now. So Steve, if you're here, Steve, where's the gold? Okay, you can now join as well. So US and Canada, you're the yellow button. Outside of the US or Canada, you're relegated to this gray link. Entschuldigung, meine Freunde. All right. Tesla continues its decline here. This is probably it's probably on its way to 218. I really dislike saying that. It is unfortunate. Only text I look forward to waking up is the Meet Kevin Alpha report. Oh, thanks, Andy. That's nice. Yeah. Do you think the layoff for Enphase was due to future energy policies of Trump? Do you think it was healthy to be more lean? It's just bad because it's a growth problem, right? It's an indication of bearishness on growth, and that's part of why they've had this massive valuation reset. But they're still not like exceptionally cheap, right? I mean, I still think they're, even at this level, I still think they're like a 30 PE. Let me see here. So let's see here. Okay, let's go 60/39 divided by 2.16. Yeah, man, I'm at a 28 now. And I have to take these growth rates with a grain of salt because the growth has just been plummeting. And if they get rid of these Inflation Reduction Act tax credits, you got some poopy. Now, how much of that fear is built in? I don't know. 37, 29. Yeah, I mean, you're trading at a 0.8 peg, So, but it's definitely on my radar. So, I'll actually write down a few things here. Okay. What are they saying? What is this nonsense?
The revenue per customer, it's growing at 1-2% in a marketplace that's had much higher inflation. And so I think the ability for us to have revenue growth on internet comes with some modest, price increases over time, but really through the
boring. Man.
The principal
people.
Brought
ads. It's all ads, losers. Holy crap. Hims lost the 2451 line. She's not great. I did say in the Alpha report this morning that the 2451 line was your next support, which it briefly bounced at, but 1985 is next. Not ideal. Q's recovering though. Look at that whale buy. The bottom is in. Let's see if you get rejected by VWAP. VWAP. We need a sound for that.
Buy the dip.
Ah, there's a sound. Buy the dip.
Buy.
Sell the rip.
Yeah, see, that's what's happening over at what's it called? Which one does this, by the way?
Wedge deal.
Is that? I hope that volume's okay. There we go. That should be better. All right. Anyway, so what else? What else? Oh, that's gonna be annoying. I'm like, why did I just get like 100 notifications? It's a bunch of people signing up for the alpha report right now. I mean, I appreciate that, but I also do not need notifications every time somebody signs up. Let's fix that. Sign up confirmation. Oh, I could customize sign. Oh, voicemail. Ooh. We gotta get like AI in this. Filter offensive content. No. Please. All right, well, I'll deal with that later. This is entertaining. All right. Very good. So, oh, the queues are giving up again already. No, not again. All right, what do the doomers have?
The back foot right now, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, a bit lower this morning. A drop in Tesla dragging down both indexes, currently off about 1.4%. It's a big company, though, and it's a big weight right now. The Russell 2000 also down a little bit, though. Small moves overall. Small caps down about 0.1%, Shanali.
And Katie, it's time now for the Wall Street Beat. Today, we are looking at crypto predictions betting platform PolyMarket. It is under investigation by the Department of Justice for allegedly violating its agreement with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Joining us with more is Bloomberg's Charlie Wells. And to put this all into context here, PolyMarket, of course, has become very, very, very popular lately because of the predictions.
Oh, NVIDIA.
Lost the lead.
Since 2022, since their agreement with
Palantir.
Lost the lead.
U.S. users cannot use it onshore. So what's going on? Put this all into context here.
Shanali, I'm just going to go out there and say
Oh, that's really cool. I told a few close friends about Alpha, and we all love it. That's really cool. Thank you so much. Best place to save money in the stock market for real estate investing. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're going to do that, I mean, like, easiest would be honestly like Robinhood Cash, because you're getting like a 4.5% yield. The problem with that is you're tempted to buy stuff all the time. So if you want something different, that's actually like you own something, I'm kind of a shill for, I call it VSUX, even though it's not spelled VSUX at all. I just think it's funny because it's kind of like Vanguard sucks, and I sort of laugh at that. But anyway, it's VUSXX. It's Vanguard's Treasury Money Market Fund. I think Fidelity's is FGXXX, so that's another option. Gotta love the XXX. And you know, otherwise, what I've done in the past too is I'll do like a pie where it's like, you know, a quarter Dow, quarter S&P, a quarter NASDAQ, and a quarter Russell. So it's like you're diversified of the diversifieds. So I've done that before. And really the idea is you don't want to lose your down payment because if the stock market crashes and you go into a recession, you want to actually have money to be able to buy real estate. So you can always set stop losses too, though. You know, that's another good idea too. Like if you're like, oh, I just want to buy an index right now or whatever, fine. Go in right now, buy an index, set a 10% stop loss, you know, good to cancel though. Make sure you do good to cancel. You know, I always think that's interesting. Trust me, Robinhood is good. However, the money won't stay there with how many stocks there to buy. Well, that's the problem is when you see the money in the Robinhood on that 4.5% that they're paying you, you know, it's so tempting to just swipe up and use it to go buy something, you know? So, hey guys, my educated guess is if you have options on Tesla, sell maybe now. The mob has spoken. Yeah, I actually think with volatility so elevated, not only do I think it's a good time to sell those options, I actually think selling calls is good. Now, I think I average out to acceptable on that because I said sell calls at 300, but actually it was 310 when I said it. 310 and at 350. Both of the days that it was at that in the alpha report, I go, it could keep going, but selling calls is really juicy right now. Because look at this. I mean, right now it's 322. Okay, go out to January. Go out to like right before the jobs report. It's literally 2 months, folks. 2 months. That's it. For 2 months right now, you are getting $32. You are getting 10% for 2 damn months selling calls, bro. And so in other words, your break even is like 352 if you end up getting called out, right? Like you're building in that 10%. So there's some value in those sold calls if you want to hold the position, you know. Now obviously, if the stock goes down to under 290, you would have been better off just selling the stock because now they're not exercising the option. You're protected down to 290 with your premium. But in those next 60 days, if it goes to 250, well, then you've lost an extra $40. So, there's never a right answer. So usually I suggest don't be all in on one thing. Diversify a little bit, even your strategy. So, let's say you have 100K in Tesla, maybe you just sell calls on $30,000 of it or something, and then you get $3,000 as a premium, a little bit of insulation. So that's like 3% on the whole thing, right? It's pretty good too. Okay, getting some stability here on Bitcoin at about 89. Qs are trying to recover as well. Look how similar they look. Who's falling first, by the way? Bitcoin 936 fall. Oh, it was Bitcoin. Bitcoin's leading. And then Bitcoin bottomed at 48 to 51. And the Qs bottomed at also about 48. Almost the same time. That's interesting. Tesla keeps going. Average candles here. Google's down. Wow. Space Mobile down some more. They got earnings today. I know people are just speculating on them. PM. Nvidia went back to positive.
Gained the lead.
Disney still at 9%. Also topping out, though, here. You really didn't go anywhere today on Disney. And I love Disney. Going there and going on the roller coasters and taking the kids there, it's really fun. So, all right, okay. Oops. I think I definitely screwed that up. Stand by. Dude, CNBC and Doomers are on commercial. All right. I'm still getting I don't know how to turn this off. I'm still getting sign up notifications. Dan says, "Thanks, Kevin. Watching the stream right now." Nice. Randy just replied. Sup, Randy? Oh, weird. That is not good. Somebody's like, "Hey, I didn't get the alpha report." I wonder why, because they're messaging this number. I'm just going to manually text it back to them. There you go, Elphys. Nice. Dallas, Texas is in the house. Sup? Sup, Craig? This is really cool. Katie Smith, how you doing? She says, got it. Lori McDonald got it. Central Time. All right. Let's see what else we got here. All right. So Tesla. Oh, Tesla keeps dumping. What is this? See, and this is what my worry. I want to buy Enphase so badly, but I just think if the market's going to go down, is it available in Canada? Says Keg 5. Yeah, it is. I want to buy Enphase so badly, but my concern is the market's got so little breath and so greedy right now that when the market sells off, Enphase is going to plummet too. And then it's going to get really delicious. But yes, for the Canada person, just go to meetkevin.com/alpha. Click this yellow button right here for US and Canada. Throw your first name, email, phone, done. And yeah. All right. Yeah, a little poopsie doopsie here. Okay, if we lose psychologically, I think if we lose 510, we're going to 508 today. So if you're playing dailies, watch that. However, I do think there's always a chance during the day that you end up running up to VWAP and then getting rejected there. So watch that, for a bounce, because that could stop you out. If you entered now and then it ran to VWAP, you get stopped out. And look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is going straight up right now. Like somebody is buying the dip on NVIDIA before earnings. NVIDIA earnings are next week. So then you've got Affirm, which is pretty well overstretched here. Next line at 52. I've got DJT bleeding out at 28. Yelp is doing okay. I actually think it's a pretty good value. They have a lot of cash flow, for the size of that company they are. It's pretty good. I wonder how Red Robin's doing, just to go back to the days of being an employee there. $5 hamburger. I wish. Their hamburgers are like $17 now. It's ridiculous. Somebody says, I agree that Enphase may go down with the market, but I think much less than Tesla, so I'll trade as insulation. I don't know, man. No recession, you're probably right. What do you got? Another 5-10% that it could go down? Maybe 15-20%. Tesla could have, right? Like Enphase at 50. Oh my gosh. Tesla at 160 is, not like an oh my gosh. It was just there not that long ago. All right, getting a recovery now. Here we go. Qs don't want to recover. Just one green candle there on Bitcoin. And Tesla's trying to pop a little bit. Apple actually gained it was green earlier. It's about to lose the lead, actually. I was about to gain the lead. But the reality is it's about to lose the lead. Look at that. Rip. All right, let me see. Oh, hello.
Pretty much in line, but still points to some stubbornness in getting down that last mile to 2%. So there's the monthly figure. We got a 0.3% inflation. Economists are writing this morning that it doesn't set us off trend. Here's the trend. You saw those big inflation spikes coming out of COVID, both on CPI and PPI, which is at the wholesale level. And you've seen the progress as they have come down, but we're not all the way down. And just to correct, so the final demand numbers on the month were 0.2% from a month earlier. So if you look year over year, we're at 2.4% on PPI, right? You want to get down to 2%. Core, which has been a little bit more stubborn, if you take out food and energy, at 3.1%. So you could look at these numbers, and here's PCE, which is what the Fed pays really close attention to.
Somebody here says, does Kevin have a secret crush on Sarah? Nope.
PCE, Carl, but you could look at this number and say progress has stalled as we've gotten to these lower levels. And so maybe the Fed should be or will be a little bit more cautious when it comes to the rate cuts. What does that mean for December? Well, the market still thinks we're going to get a cut in December, but the jobs report will be really important on that front. And the November inputs, the November data is going to be important.
That's the amount of you now. It's not a secret. Lols.
Economists say today, not a time to panic, but Fed should be cautious about it.
Yep, a lot of base case 25 basis points for December after yesterday's print. Some people point to the idea that some of the firmness in some categories was a little idiosyncratic. Used cars was a good example of that. And then others like airfares, where we did get a little bit of a month-on-month pop, don't feed to PCE.
Month-on-month, biggest increase since the end of 2022. Healthcare was mostly stronger. The portfolio services, portfolio management fees, which does feed in, that was also 3.6% rise, the most in 6 months. Why? Because stock prices have been higher. And so that helps those fees. So sure, they're going to have to parse the data.
Oh, that's interesting. Portfolio, good one, Sarah. That is interesting. So I actually broke down on eHack. I was looking at PPI. And did I put it on here? Oh, I thought I did. Yeah, maybe I didn't yet because I was reading about it. Portfolio services also up, which per CNBC may be due to higher stock prices leading to higher AUM charges. Very interesting. So basically, when the stock market goes down, there is a real reason for PPI to actually potentially fall with it, at least in that category, right? That is very interesting. The like picking that nuance up. Good one, Sarah. All right. Range bound right now around that 510 on the Qs. I got to go make another cup of coffee because, who doesn't? And how many days? Oh, wait, I think today's a special day. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Eric, for the response to the alpha report. Can I get it to load? Come on. There it is. Oh. There we go. Come on. No. Come on, camera. It's not that hard. There it is. Look at that. The memes are in. That's funny. All right. So what was I gonna do? Oh, I was gonna say it's a special day. How special is it? Well, I'm glad you asked. Oh, nope. I was a few days early. It's the 20th. It's 20th. I thought it was the 14th. The 20th was the day that I went to Napa for a wine tour, September 20th. That was the last day that I've had a drink. Pelts on Trump tariffs.
I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. But, that's a good way to start the negotiation. That's his style.
In other words,
Yeah.
using the tariffs as leverage, sort of like he did last time, but not going through with every threat that he has made, just using it as a negotiating standpoint for something that Peltz and a lot of others who have supported Trump have come around to this idea that we are treated unfairly on a global stage. Why does a Chevy cost $100,000 in Europe? In other words, why do we have more onerous trade terms with some of our closest trading partners? And trying to level that playing field is something, obviously, President-elect Trump has been really focused on.
I mean, markets, of course, can't really delineate between what's a threat and negotiating tactic.
We're rebounding right now, by the way. So perfect time to mention things are finally recovering a little bit. It's safe now to go get coffee. Enphase still down 0.5%. Spirit's catching some bids. Him struggling under the 2451. Watch that ceiling. If you get a rebound, it's either going to be VWAP or that line. Watch that. Tesla's, it's like an early VWAP reject there. It's not great. 318 is still in play today. So it's not the strongest line. It's gray. So technically it's a World of Warcraft item. I'm pretty sure they call it common or poor quality. Common, I think, is white. Rarity chart. Oh, it's been so long. Poor. Okay. Yes. Okay, so poor, and then white is common, uncommon green, rare blue, purple epic, legendary orange, artifact light gold, ooh, heirloom, blizzard blue. I didn't play when they did that. That's cool. Okay. Also bonds coming up at a really big line right here, 90.65. This is what I call the Jerome Powell floor. We've been teetering on the J Powell floor. So just like watch this very closely. I know that TMF and TLT and bond trades have been absolute ass. That's because, I'm the loser who was buying them here. So, oopsies. But anyway, I actually think they are going to be the best performing asset. Like we are trading at levels here that let me see, where's Bill Ackman? Bill Ackman short was here. We are trading at second wave of inflation levels. There is no second wave of inflation. This is the spring second wave over here. And so I think this is the J-Pow floor. And I think, oh no, don't say it. Don't say it. I think there will be a volatile Nike swoosh that goes up and to the right on bonds. Oh, everybody's going to hate me saying that. Oh, no. No. I got to go.